Alright. Stream's up, lads, so I'm just gonna intro it. Hello and welcome to the SLR Side Pod for episode 5. This is gonna be a bit of a sort of different episode, I guess. Of course, we have Stevo and Clock with us today. Stevo, my co-host, and our quizmaster, Clock. Ranga will be joining, as well as Beast and maybe Smoke. Depends if he can tick his box during the race. So, of course, we'll be watching the Wednesday reserve race with Ham yet again in the top 3. So, yeah, just to start off this podcast, they have announced the new F1 2020 game with a whole new host of different features. Can anyone explain them? Because I am not fully prepared on what they actually are. I know there's going to be new things such as team ownership.
Yeah, I don't think anyone knows yet. It's probably, you know, they've announced it a bit general. It's like they make your own team. There's nothing in depth yet from what I've seen. I don't know if anyone else have seen something else.
Oh,
it just seems like there's more customization stuff, really. And obviously that you can have own your own team, drive for your own team.
They have brought I just had it there. The split screen back, so good for people who like to play with family members. The deluxe edition will, which is barely used. So, I mean,
no, shut up! It's the Schumacher deluxe edition now. It's awesome.
Yeah.
94 and 95 Benetton and 91 Jordan, 2000 Ferrari.
20,000. No, I said 20,000. Of course, there will be the new circuits involved, so there's a 22 circuit season. You can opt for shorter seasons if possible. Well, if you want to mean. Yeah, there's more customizable settings, I believe. Of course, like Clock said, there will be the 91 Jordan, 94 and 95 Benetton, as well as the 2000 Ferrari. So, yeah, that's... We'll probably bring more news about the game as it shows more, but probably already know it. It's for the spread it that it is. And I would like to invite everyone in the party to pay tribute to the late Stirling Moss, who died last week. So, yeah. The greatest F1 driver to never win a championship, with more than 190 wins, I believe it was. So, yeah, that has been what's happened since the last podcast. Of course, some of the drivers in our league have decided to wear black helmets to pay memoriam to Stirling Moss, but not everyone, I noticed, did that. So, this topic this week will be about the real world of Formula 1. And we will start off this week with asking party-wide, who's your favourite driver?
Can we just get Rank out of the way? Everyone knows that boy.
Marcus Ericsson.
Oh yes,
Absolutely not. No, I'm a Lewis Hamilton fan.
So you're a Lewis Hamilton fan?
I certainly am.
Oh. Disgusting, despicable. Nah.
Ouch.
Clock, what about you?
Yeah, I support Raikkonen the most.
Raikkonen?
Raikkonen, yeah. mainly because I started watching F1 in 2007 and he won the first Grand Prix I watched, so you know,
Yeah,
a 7-year-old
fair enough.
one who support the best. Uh, so yeah, but then when he stopped, I started supporting Vettel in 2010.
It's just a Laurie supporter, mate.
But so you know, it was pretty perfect when those two ended up in Ferrari together. So I started supporting Ferrari, but since 2014, I've kind of ended up supporting everyone but Mercedes, since they win all the time.
Fair enough.
So yeah.
Steve-O?
Do you want a tissue? Do you want a tissue with this spot?
Oh no, it's like that. No, I'm anyone who's English. I'm a complete patriot when it comes to it. So over the years, you've had Hill, Mansell, massive fan of Mansell. When I was a kid, you know, 6-year-old, 7-year-old, in the 80s, late 80s, watching, showing my age now, watching the distinctive Rothmans Williams going around with Mansell against BK and all that. I was really, I used to love that. And you had Hill, which is, you know, coming from being an older driver, and then Coulthard, and then Button and Hamilton. But I've got to say, I'm a massive Hamilton fan. I was a massive Button fan. So that really, just anyone English, anyone who's flying the flag for Britain, that would do me.
So you're the patriotic type of supporter. I do
Oh,
admit,
absolutely.
my favourite driver is no longer a driver anymore. My favourite F1 driver is Fernando Alonso. Back when he was in Ferrari, that's when I first properly started watching Formula 1. So,
What about current
yeah,
though?
Fernando Alonso.
Current. Come on, you can't be.
Current,
You can't be reminiscing. You've got to give us a.
If it's current, it's got to be Charles
Up to date.
Leclerc or George Russell.
Yeah, fair
Or
enough.
George Russell.
I like Russell.
Ah.
I like Russell.
Yeah,
I
I
like
like
him a
Russell.
lot more than Lando. I feel like
He's
Lando
English.
is actually kind of like.
Same.
I feel like Lando's kind of like the favourite out of Russell and Norris.
Yes, I think he is.
I'm a bit of a Russell fan really, ahead of Lando, but obviously I like them both.
I prefer them. I prefer them, to be honest. I think George Russell... I'm not saying he's the better driver, I'm just saying I think if they were given the same opportunity, I think George Russell would do better.
I agree,
I
yeah,
just think-
completely.
Yeah.
And I think George Russell, given his situation, has been one of the best drivers out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How good would it,
I'll give
how
you that.
good would it be though for us Brits to see him take over Hamilton's spot when he leads Mercedes?
Oh,
I would love that.
Love that.
Yeah,
That would be
That would be
beautiful.
my best
They would.
thing.
Yeah.
I'd maybe start supporting Mercedes at that point if George Russell did end up taking over from Lewis Hamilton, because Lewis Hamilton's my biggest problem with Mercedes. I just
Really?
don't like him. I really don't like Lewis Hamilton.
He's
Can I
he's
just,
one of
done
those
since the
persons.
Mercedes
Really,
days.
he's really easy to dislike, isn't he?
Yeah,
If
can
you
I
don't
ask
support
why?
Mercedes.
I
Yeah,
know Beast
this
here.
is
Beast
the
hasn't been
debate,
his
isn't it?
favourite driver. Beast isn't his favourite driver,
Yeah.
but I know he has a strong dislike for Lewis Hamilton. So I just kind of want to understand
Yeah.
from particularly the three guys so far who've said they don't like him. I'm not sure what Smoke thinks of him, but
Oh,
yeah, what's there you go. What's the big issue?
I think it's just his like, arrogance. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't it always very easy to dislike the one who's winning? I mean, early 2000s, a lot of people disliked Schumacher. Why did they dislike him? Because he won. Early 2010s, a lot of...
Yeah, Vettel.
I
A
just
lot
like
of-
him because he's a
yeah.
cheat, but I only
a
learned
lot
that
of, a
like
lot of
last
people
year.
disliked Vettel in the early 2010s.
As a
Because he's
Fernando
German.
Alonso supporter,
And he
I
was
think
winning all
that's
the time. I mean, it's just a very common
think-
thing that people dislike the drivers
I think
winning. And
particularly from a British perspective, you're going to have to understand that when it comes to sport, Britain and Germany have got a very strong sporting rivalry. So when it comes
Yes.
to sport, we don't like them, they don't like us, sort of thing. So it's like, I mean, it's not unanimous. People are going to vary in their opinion, but I think from a stereotypical sort of
we've had some
perspective,
good
that's kind of
battles
where
over
it
the
comes
years.
from. Yeah, of course we have. I mean, they usually win a penalty.
Yeah,
They usually win the
World-
penalty shootouts,
World Cup,
don't they?
Euros, 1990 World Cup. It's
oh, let's
Yeah.
talk about the 2010 World Cup when Lampard hit the crossbar and
Yeah, the
no.
yeah,
Not
it's
talk about
loud.
it.
Given the
Yeah.
goal.
Yeah.
Can we not talk about
That's
that?
4-2. Yeah.
Still. Look, don't talk about football because we literally beat you in the last World Cup, mate.
But
so we're
okay,
not
but
we're not gonna start
just
that.
going back.
You think? I mean, it would have been embarrassing if you didn't beat us. Let's be honest.
Okay, can we steal the
We've
conversation
lost
back
the
into
worst
Formula
teams.
One?
We've lost the worst teams in Sweden, mate, recently. Trust me.
Yeah, let's go back to F1.
Yeah.
So, just on the Hamilton thing though, because he is very Marmite. He is very love him or hate him. I'm a massive
Yeah.
fan, but purely from when he came in, he did something to F1 that no one else has done. He came in 2007 a rookie. He almost won the World Championship. He brightened up the paddock. He brightened up the racing. He made everyone work that extra bit harder. I think he was the best thing for Formula One that happened in that era. That's my own personal opinion. It stagnated a lot. It stagnated a lot after Schumacher won 5 titles on the bounce. Then you had Alonso winning 2. It stagnated the championship and the rivalry. It just made it boring. And then Hamilton comes on the scene. He had conflict with Alonso. He had a great battle with the Ferraris. And then Raikkonen ended up winning. Hamilton ditched it in China, lost in the championship really, but it was something fresh and new. And I think, and you can't hide from his qualifying pace, his 1 lap pace, his speed, raw speed and raw talent. So I'm just wondering, from an F1, from a racing point of view, then, is there a reason you hate him, or is it just the arrogance, the showmanship? Is it that?
Personally, for me, racing, unfortunately, you can't deny him. He's got six World Championships under his belt.
Yeah.
So many race wins, so many pole positions. I was looking through some facts today for this very topic, and he's got loads of the records. But it is just that sometimes it feels like he's just cocky in the wrong way. He's arrogant when he shouldn't be. His personality just rubs me the wrong way, and of course you can't deny his racemanship, and sometimes you think, well, should he have done that? But you still can't deny he's got a talent for it. It is mostly his personality.
I find that so interesting though, because I see it from the complete opposite way. I feel like he's quite humble. I feel like some of the stuff he says, some of the stuff he does, particularly for charity, and how he tries to, how it comes across to me, is that he's very appreciative of where he's come from to where he is now.
Oh yeah.
And I don't see him as arrogant. I see him as appreciative and humble for where he is. Obviously, he might come across as cocky maybe at times, but I think when you've won 6 World Championships, you're gonna be. Well, I don't really see it as. I don't see it in that way, personally.
No, I think I agree with you. I think he speaks very highly and a lot of what his dad done for him, and he comes from working class backgrounds, and I think that's. Yeah, I think he is. I think the problem with him is the lifestyle he leads isn't typical F1. Isn't typical F1 driver. It's more like James Hunt than it is Niki Lauda. Back in the day, it's that, and I think that's what people don't like, because when you're opposite to everyone else, there you're unique. You're stickiness. You're individual. It does rub people up the wrong way, and it's definitely got the arrogance. It shows more arrogance, or looks more arrogant than perhaps he really is. Because you hear a lot of stories about people that say that they met him for the first time and they couldn't believe what he was like, completely different to how they thought. So maybe it is a lot of media, maybe it is a lot of the way he lives his life as opposed to the actual character that he is.
No.
I think going back to On Track though, it's like you were saying earlier, Steve, the stagnation with the Ferraris. Obviously, with Mercedes now, they've become more stagnant with them, which is probably another reason why people dislike him, because of the fact that he's a key part in that.
Yeah, but that's why people are really gunning for Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc, because they're now doing what he did. They're coming in and spicing it up, and they're the best thing, and that's how it works. I think that's how it's always worked through the ages.
Yeah, that's
that
probably
note,
a
Steve,
big thing, that the fact that Mercedes is so dominant. I mean,
Yeah.
there's never in history a team that's been as dominant as Mercedes are now.
No,
I
but
know the people's gonna come to
on
me and they're
record
gonna
books.
say Ferrari between 2000 and
They
2004.
were.
But if
Yeah.
you look at the stats, Mercedes has won 73% of the races in 2014. Ferrari, in their period between 2000 and 2004, they won 62% of the races. There already.
Can I just say, you're reading statistics, but then I could look at that and say, well, that's because they got Hamilton. He's better than what Schumacher was back in there because Hamilton couldn't get beaten. So you can twist statistics around
I mean,
to suit you anyway, so it makes no difference. But the fact is, you've had the Ferraris having that 5-year spell, the Red Bulls having the 4-year spell, and the Mercedes having a 7-year spell. 6-year spell. 6 year. Yeah. So, but that's how it's always been. You look back all through the ages. You've had that Fangio back in the 50s, won 4 on a bounce with Sterling Moss coming runner up. Do you know what I mean? But it always have it. It's the way of how it works. Perhaps not as dominant as Mercedes.
The difference with
they're
Fangio is one of his championships.
you can't really. Yeah, I mean, Fangio won all his championships in different cars.
Yeah, he wasn't in the same car each time.
He won with
first
he won with Alfa, then we won with Mercedes, Maserati, and Ferrari. So he was. I mean, he was more of a dominant driver than a dominant team.
Oh yeah, well, his records speak for itself. You can't. Fangio's one of the all-time greats.
If I can bring you on to that, actually, one of the fun facts that I got was Juan Manuel Fangio has the highest win percentage of any other driver in history, with 52 entries and starts, and 24 wins. So he has the highest win percentage of 46.15%. So some people could argue he's one of the greatest.
I would argue that, absolutely. I'd definitely argue Fangio's up there. You've got the typical list, though, haven't you, really?
Yeah.
But Hamilton's definitely on that list for me. I don't think you could leave. I don't think if you had the top 5 of greatest all times, for me, you couldn't. I would put Hamilton up there. But that's my own, But that's my own personal.
Regardless if you like him or not,
I agree.
You have to put him up there. I mean, his record speaks for itself.
His personality is not
if I like it or not, it speaks for itself. It's the same as regardless if Wenger likes Schumi or not, he still needs to put him up there as one of the all-time greats. But yeah, for me, what defines the greatest would be who's done the best within a car that's not always been at the best one.
Yeah.
A driver who can take stuff out of something that is shit.
Could you then?
I mean, I would argue strongly for
Alonso
in there. Yes, exactly. I mean,
Alonso,
in 2006 when he won his second title, all rightly said that the Ferrari was quicker than the Renault. The Renault was just a bit more reliable. Schumi's car broke down in Japan, for example, a bit like Hamilton in Malaysia 2016.
Malaysia, yeah.
But you know, the reliability always comes around. You know, in 2008, for example, Massa broke down in Hungary from the lead with 3 laps to go. So you can never blame reliability, really. But you know, Alonso in 2012, what was that Ferrari? He mounted a title challenge towards Vettel and his Red Bull in that 2012 Ferrari, and that 2012 Ferrari was not a good car. I mean, he won.
It was the 4th best car, wasn't it, at one point?
He won 2 races in 2008 in the Renault. Yes, one of them was in Singapore.
No, Singapore,
really count, it was fixed. I know that, but he still won the race afterwards in Japan.
Yeah.
Fuji, I think it was. But I probably don't think he is the greatest, but he is also really up there because he's done stuff in bad cars. But I mean, the fact that we talked about this and haven't even mentioned Senna yet.
I mean,
I was just about
because Prost as well. When you look at Prost.
Yeah, definitely.
The Professor.
When I was, talking about stuff, people doing things in bad cars, Senna came to mind straight away. Of was in '84 or '85, I don't know. But when he was driving the Tolman, started 13th in Monaco when it started raining, and he was like 2 or 3 seconds quicker than everyone else in a car that was, I mean, one of the slowest. And he would have won the race unless the stewards decided to red flag it.
Oh,
And also,
Could
the year after when he went to Lotus, not the best car that year, but one of the good cars. When he took his first win of his career in Portugal, he lapped the entire field apart from second place, also in the wet. So
you could say, this is just me being a fan probably, but you could say someone like Mansell could be put on that list. Think of how many races he won. This is not actually F1 related, but he did one season in IndyCar and won.
Yeah.
To take a break from F1. When you're talking about drivers, you can't technically. Yes, you can talk about F1, which is the point of this podcast, but you've got to sometimes take into account they have done other stuff. Raikkonen, great rally driver.
Yeah. Well, look at Alonso trying to win the big three.
Yeah.
He's won Monaco and he's won them on now, hasn't he? So, you know,
yeah,
he's going to go for Indianapolis 500. He's got the threes. The Triple Crown. Definitely. I mean, that puts Alonso up there.
I mean, talking about the Triple Crown, then you have Graham Hill. Wasn't it him who actually did the Triple Crown?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
He's also a double world champion in F1, whatever years he won in the 60s sometime.
I don't think we actually know who Beast's favourite driver is. I think we skipped past it. Sorry.
No. Yeah.
Well, it's Verstappen. I mean, there's no better driver on the grid than him right now.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough. Yeah, I think Verstappen's a brilliant driver. I mean, that drive in Brazil where you could just see him testing. I mean, it was a couple of seasons ago where he was behind Rosberg, and you could see him behind the safety car testing where the grip was now, and then he knew it, and he went around the outside, the bottom of the chicane, bottom of the S at Brazil. I mean, phenomenal driving.
And in terms of raw talent, it's just insane.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
Obviously, he's only young.
I mean,
as
he
well,
dragged
so
that Red Bull last season.
Oh yeah, for sure. What was Gasly doing?
Well, exactly.
But I think that's not okay. I mean, talking about that though, it's not really a case of just Gasly being really bad. It's also a case of that Red Bull being so suited to Max Verstappen's driving style.
Well, yeah.
It's just a car.
Of course.
It just deformed the car after what Verstappen wants. And not saying that it's wrong from Red Bull. Obviously, it's working with Verstappen winning races and stuff. So, and he is the brightest star, and you know the young driver that they want to keep. So,
as well, I think the fans he brings
Albon
in
didn't
is
do very
crucial.
bad.
Yeah, I think Albon has been a bit overrated. Though, you know, people said he took more points than Verstappen a couple of races last season, but it was when Verstappen retired and he had set some crashes and whatever it was. So I think people have overreacted a bit on him. I'm not saying he's bad, but you would want to see what he can do over a whole season instead of a couple of races.
Yeah.
Just watching the action, and Southern's up in front, and you got just what's that his name? Shingo? Shixno in fourth place.
Shango?
Grand Ham. Shango. Shaxnago. He just made up a word. I think I'm just making up words now.
Yeah, just to move on from us either bad-mouthing or bigging up some drivers, I'd like to just quickly mention a couple facts I found while just going online. Any of you heard of Dorino Serafini?
Nope.
Anyone?
No.
No.
He has the highest percentage of podium finishes of anyone that's ever driven F1. He
Is he-
finished
Is he raced like
one
once?
race
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
and finished on the podium in that one race.
Yeah, that's like
Sergio Perez.
yeah, that's like Marcus Winkelhock.
It is
isn't
100%
it?
technically, so
You know,
Yeah.
right? Marcus
Sergio
Winkelhock.
Perez
Yeah.
Nope.
has
Yeah.
He raced one race at Nürburgring in 07, and he went into the pits on the formation lap and put on the wets, and then it started pouring down rain after
Pouring down.
half a lap. So everyone went into pits, and he just went down and took the lead in the race in a Spiker, which was the team that
That's
was
it,
gonna go
the
to pick
Spiker.
him before
Oh.
India. And then he's one of the few who's led the only race he's been driving. He's basically led 100% of the races he's taken part in.
Oh, that's a blast from the past, isn't it? Marcus Winkelhoff. And Spiker.
Sorry, Callum,
Yeah.
go on.
no,
No,
it's
it's
fine,
good,
mate.
that's good. Good
Any
little
facts
fact
are
there.
cool.
What? That's good.
Does anyone know who has the most who has started/entered the most races without ever getting a pole position?
There
We're
is.
in the pole position.
It is Perez.
Yeah, only because
Is
I
it?
heard you say it earlier.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry
yeah,
for
that's
ruining
okay.
it.
Driven by clock.
You could have let someone else have a go.
I know, I know.
Oh,
I'm
I
sorry.
would have been that. I would have been miles off.
Another fact. Ruben Barrichello has the most starts at 322
Yeah.
and the most entries at 326. But Lewis Hamilton has had the most consecutive starts at 250.
Yeah. I mean, that's one thing you can say about Hamilton. He doesn't crash a lot. He has had his moments,
But
but
consecutive starts is nothing with crashing to do, does it?
Yeah, starts. Like,
no, I'm not saying that. But no, I was just making a point. I was just going back to the last point.
Yeah,
I
that
just
is
remembered
true
then
as well.
because that was something I always, in his first like 5-6 seasons, I always like marveled on the fact that he never crashed. If he was out, it was retirement, or he had a couple of instances where he had like a suspension failure, and that made him crash. But driving wise, he very rarely crashed, except for that one, if you remember, going into back of Raikkonen, waiting at the red light at the end of the
Yeah, in Canada.
Yeah.
bit of egg on the
Raikkonen
face,
just
but-
goes up to him and points at the lights, and he's like, "Hey,
Yeah.
you know, there's a red light
was that
there."
2008 or 2009?
Oh
To
dear.
be fair, though, Hamilton wasn't alone. It was Rosberg as well, just driving into Hamilton
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah, it was one of them, wasn't it? I mean, experience. Was that 2008, wasn't it? Or was that
Yeah.
7? It was one of the.
Yeah, it was
I think
08.
Yeah.
Kubica
so-
won that race.
What a
in
legend.
the BMW. The BMW back then?
Yeah, Kubica
Yeah,
won
it
that
was-
race in
yeah.
BMW
Yeah.
Sauber.
Yeah.
BMW Sauber.
That's it.
Scott makes an interesting
no.
point.
Oh, well.
In the stream chat, Scott said, "Love that he's never taken the number 1 as his dad picked the
Yeah.
44 at Lartington, and he's kept it."
Yeah.
Oh no, what? At Lartington? No, he means karting.
No,
Oh,
karting.
yeah.
Yeah, karting level.
Yeah, big-
yeah, he's had that for
Right, yeah. Yeah, I mean that
He has-
kind of
he has-
that kind of backs up my point though. And that I feel like he's quite humble. I don't feel like he's.
Yeah.
I don't personally see.
arrogance.
I don't personally see the arrogance or cockiness that some other people seem to see.
Aragon would have taken the number 1, surely.
Well,
That-
he has taken
well-
number 1, but he's never fully
but
taken
that was
number
only-
1.
Yeah, but
He's
that's
only
when
had
he-
it on the front of his nose.
Yeah, but that was when they had to. As soon as they started
But I
saying
mean-
you can have whatever number you want, that was it. And he went straight to 44 and didn't look back, and he won championships with it. So that's a
I
good
can
point,
understand that though. 'Cause let's say I'm not saying I will be a world champion because I won't, but I mean, look, I personally love number 22. I always race with number 22 on the game. But you know, if I win, I was like, it must be such an honor to get to race with number 1 if you would have won in real life. But also,
Yeah.
you don't wanna get away with your personal number, the one you've always had. It's like when I play football, I always have number 22. That's my shirt. I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to have any other number on my back.
I
I
used to
can
have
kind of get
23
that.
until. I used to have 23 until Albon nicked it.
Right, next point. Callum, what's the next point?
Well, moving on from drivers, just a quick little dive into cars. It's everyone's favourite car. It can be either for
Ever.
performance, delivery,
Ever.
or yeah. What is
Oh,
your
man,
favourite
easy for me.
F1
I mean,
car?
if you say one of the Mercedes now, one of the modern cars, I'm gonna hate you so much.
No, 98.
What about the Honda McLaren?
98
Say
McLaren.
the Earth Dreams car, Honda from 2007.
Just to make this a little less crowded, I'm gonna go like we did with the drivers. Just ask everyone. So, Ranga, what was your favourite car, mate?
It's a toss-up between three. I couldn't really pick between them. It would probably be the 06 Renault. Yeah. Or the 06 Renault, maybe I think it's a 2008 McLaren.
What,
The
how
one
much
with
is it?
Literally any McLaren between 2007 and 2013.
Like the chrome
then.
Wickens put it in the chat. I feel the same with the
Yeah.
chrome finish. Oh mate, that was unreal. And also the Brawn. Love the Brawn.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh,
that's
I'd have
good
to
shout.
be on the
Good
Brawn.
shout,
Love the
that,
Brawn.
actually.
Well, those three in like pretty consecutive years. 07
Okay,
Renault,
Ranga.
08 McLaren, and then Brawn. Yeah.
Do you like Brawn pre-advertisement or post-advertisement?
Oh, that's easy.
What do you mean? What do you mean by post-advertisement?
Well, before they had Virgin on, was put it on there.
And all
Yeah,
the different
they
little
added
sponsors they
some
had.
sponsors.
Oh, I don't really care.
Yeah.
I don't really care.
Wait, does that to a car? That's a valid question. Does that to a car?
It's not really,
Mine would
it's
have
not
to be
really that
free.
big of a deal to me.
Mine,
I'd have
mine
to
would
say
be
free as
He
well.
doesn't know that.
Yeah, it stood out. They stood out. It was just that yellow, that fluorescent yellow, and
Yeah.
just all white. I mean, you can't. Yeah. It has
Oh
to
no,
be
that's
free
what I
for
mean.
me.
I didn't know there was a different Brawn. I'm getting confused maybe.
Yeah, no, halfway through the season they started getting sponsorship because they were winning the thing. Virgin, they had Virgin
Oh,
making
right.
they put on their car. So what you're saying
Oh,
is
no.
the one that started Australia or the one that started, I don't know, whenever it would have been, like France, well, it wasn't France.
Oh,
then,
definitely the one at the
whatever,
start.
race it halfway
Oh,
through.
no.
Hungary.
Yeah.
Definitely the one at the start. Yeah.
Yeah.
Slock, what was your favourite car, mate? I have a feeling it's going to be a Ferrari.
That's fair enough.
No, it is. Well, I mean, Ferraris would be, but I think maybe I'm a little bit Swedish biased, but I think the Lotus 72 is one of the
Oh.
best looking cars there is out there.
Was
And
that one of the
it's-
John
the
Player
funny
specials?
thing with that one, the funny thing with that one is it comes with different liveries because the chassis was so good, and obviously because you don't have any much data and stuff, they used that chassis for like 3 or 4 years in a row.
Oh god.
Was
So
that
it's
the ground
both
effect
the red. It's no, it isn't. It's
No.
the early 70s and late 60s. It's
Yeah.
both the red and gold Lotus and the John Player black and gold one.
Yeah.
Black and gold, yeah, that's it.
So it's really pretty. Obviously, Ronnie Peterson drove that car as well. So,
Oh, that's why.
but it looks. I mean, it's. You know, that's the only cars really nailed the black and gold. The Lotus team really nailed the black and gold livery. I mean, Haas didn't really nail it last year, and Lotus,
No.
the fake Lotus in what was it, 2012?
Yeah,
13,
their black was too
14,
shiny.
Whatever.
With Raikkonen.
Yes.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was too shiny. Their black was way
Wasn't
too
the
shiny.
same. But I mean, I also was a big fan of the McLaren livery between, well, any McLaren really between 07 and 2013, 2012. That Vodafone
Yeah.
silver livery was just really nice. I have to
But then
mention
I'm
the
gonna
Ferrari
ask Beast
2000.
so that we don't.
Yeah, I just have to
So we don't
mention the
forget him.
Ferrari 2004 as
Yeah.
well.
Alright, Clock.
Yes.
Clock
I
says any
said
car.
favourite, not top 10.
Yeah, but it's just so many.
No, I'm
it's,
joking,
just,
mate.
it's just too many.
Yeah. I know what you mean. So Beast, so that we don't forget you.
Yo.
I accidentally did earlier. What is your favourite car, mate?
I'm a relatively new fan of F1. I only started watching maybe 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So, for me, it's just gonna have to be. I don't know. I don't really have a favourite car, looks-wise. Maybe if I go back a bit further, the 2010 Red Bull, but again, it's not a specific favourite of mine, to be honest.
Fair enough, mate. To be honest. Steve-o, do you have
Is it
a
my
favourite
turn?
car?
I have
Yeah,
three.
mate, it's
One
your
for
turn.
looks, one for engine,
Yeah.
and one for what it did.
Okay.
Brawn for what it did, because for
Yeah.
a team, for what it stood for it was the Leicester City, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean? They were out of a job, and then 2 months later they were putting the car on the grid in Barcelona for the second test, and they was like, oh, slow down because it's just too quick. You want to show everyone our pace. That, I mean, what it did that season, I love a story like that. You know, an underdog story is brilliant.
Yeah.
For the engine, I gotta say, for me, I'm not one of these like, oh, got to be a V8, got to be a V10, V12. Like what we've got here, I just think the technology got involved into the hybrid systems.
Yeah.
And I think that's what F1's about for me. It's about technology, it's about moving forward, and also it's one of the only sports. I was thinking about this when we was building up to this. It's one of the only sports where the sport affects our day-to-day life, because so much of the technology in cars today that we drive has come from F1. Well, there aren't many sports where you can say that, really, because sports are like in their own thing. So the Mercedes engine, and also the way they've changed the way that it works, where you don't the start doesn't go into the piston, it goes into a little chamber above it. I mean, the technology involved is just mind-boggling, and I love it. So for the technology, the current Mercedes, for Brawn for what they've done, but for the looks, for the livery, it's got to be the '98 Hakkinen winning world champion, winning West McLaren. I just fell in love with that car when it came out. I was like, I said I used to watch it with my old man, and I was just looking at that car, just thinking about it now, I just love it. It was a feeling it gave me. It was like, oh, that is just the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. So there's my top three for different reasons.
Well, before I say mine, I would like to ask Smoke if he's still in the conversation to say his if he's still here.
What's the
Probably
question?
isn't. What is your favourite car, mate?
My favourite car?
Yeah, Formula 1 car.
All of the F1 cars.
The current ones.
No, any car of all time.
I mean,
Probably
like,
be a current
we
one
mean like
because I never
livery
really got into F1
or anything.
until. It would have to be one of the Red Bull ones that they put on. They're not the actual ones. It's one they do like in between seasons.
Oh,
I
the
agree.
one off
Blue,
liveries.
like
That's
a
also my
blue and
favourite.
black one that was really nice.
Oh yeah.
That would be my favourite. I don't know much about any of the older cars because I only started watching it really like the past few years.
Yeah. That's fair enough, mate. Everyone started at different times.
Just have a look at the chat. You got 2008 McLaren, 96 Williams by Boy. I call him Boyo because I'm not saying his name on stream. The 02 Williams. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, a few good ones there. But what's yours then, Callum?
Well, technically I've got a top three. The 92 Williams, that's more for a bias of Nigel Mansell than anything, but I do love the car and what it did. The Brawn, and what it has already been said, the 02 Williams. Three of my most favourite cars. Didn't always win. I know the Williams in 92 did win. The Williams in 02 was quite quick, and the Brawn did win, actually. I don't know why I said that. But they're all just amazing cars, and they all brought something different to the sport. I mean, the 92 Williams was so dominant, they had to ban most of the stuff on it.
But
And
let's
even in 93 and 94.
yeah. I mean, the systems they were developing back then, though, with active suspension and all that,
Yeah.
it was starting to
that's what
become more technology than driving. So, but it was very. I mean, it's fair play to the engineers because they just made the car quicker, which is their job. So.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, we talked about cars this long, and we haven't even mentioned the McLaren MP4-4. The fact that we haven't done that is bad from us. The
Well,
1988 McLaren.
that was actually going to be part of the next topic I was going to mention.
Yeah, because it won every race, but one, didn't it? It was Monza, and I
Yes.
think
Yeah.
because the Ferraris won. It was like the race after Enzo Ferrari died, and then they won that race on Monza, which is a fair tale if anything.
Well,
Yeah.
before we move on to the next overall topic, I think we should move on to the quiz. As this stream has been going on for 40 minutes now, so take it away, clock. So the quiz is happening now. You have the floor.
We're gonna have to work out a theme tune or something for this. It just sounds a bit. I'm just underwhelmed. I just want to, you know.
I have a mate that
Well, I
makes
have
music.
some easy ones, some harder ones, and one I think you'll struggle with. But let's start with this
Okay.
one. I really want you to make this one, but I'm not sure you will. But can you tell me who's the first world champion and what year?
Oh, you bugger.
My word.
What was the question, sorry?
First
First
Formula
world
1
champion.
world champion. Who is it?
Ever?
God.
Ever.
Yeah.
Lewis
Ascari.
Hamilton?
Oh, God.
Hamilton.
Ascari's a good
Yeah.
shout. Ascari won
Was
the
it?
first title in 52.
52,
Steve
so
Hyde?
51 was the first. 51 was the first one, wasn't it? 'Cause
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't a world. It wasn't a world championship in 1950, was it? Or was it?
There was 50 was the first
Ah.
official.
It
This
was
could be
I know-
very
I know
cheesy.
50 oh, it
Was
was
it
the
not
first official
Fangio?
one, I knew.
Fangio won his first title in 51, so it wasn't Fangio either.
51, so it
Oh,
wasn't him.
God.
Oh God. Ascari, Fangio.
I thought
He was an
I'm trying to
Italian.
think. Who used to
I'll give
race
you
with
some
him?
clues.
He was Italian.
Oh,
He was
No, I can't
he was
remember.
44 at the time when he won the championship.
Was he?
Yeah,
Go on.
it was
I
Giuseppe
didn't think I was gonna
Farina,
get it. Farina.
also known
there
as
we go.
Nino Farina.
Yeah.
Nino Farina. Yeah. Anyway, I thought that was at least you know that now. The first world champion.
There you go.
Remember
Yeah.
that.
okay then, clock. Who was the first to win multiple world championships?
That is Ascari because he won in 52 and 53.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn it.
Oh, well, Callum, you failed completely there, mate. he was trying to do it, and it just went totally wrong.
Well, this one I will see if you can. Question number 2: how many tracks in Great Britain have held a F1 Grand Prix?
3.
Three.
There's
Four.
3 tracks who's held the British Grand Prix, and 1 track who's held the European Grand Prix. So I want all 4.
Aintree,
Brands Hatch.
Aintree, Brands Hatch, yeah,
Rangy, Brands Hatch,
Silverstone.
Donington, and Silverstone.
yeah, correct.
There we go.
Go on, Steve. We're on the roll here, mate.
On a roll, on a roll.
Yeah, the
Because
ones that
Aintree
given
was
up.
where Sterling Moss had that crash where he retired. Is it not?
Yeah. You know why?
Was it?
You know why Donington only
yeah.
had 1 race, but you know why it's famous?
Oh yeah. Oh, I do know. Oh. No, you're gonna have to remind
Wasn't
me.
It's
Yeah.
it's regarded as one of the best first laps ever done by a driver. Senna
Yeah.
started 4th
Senna.
or 5th,
Oh,
and he was in the
yeah.
lead by
He was in the rain
Yeah,
as well,
that's
wasn't
it. In the
Yeah.
rain, yeah, that's it. Yeah, I've seen that on YouTube. Yeah, what year was that?
93. So it wasn't
Yeah,
when
see,
he
I
the
thought
McLaren was the
I
best
would've watched
either.
it, I would've watched it.
Williams.
I,
were-
I more than likely would have watched that live. I would have been 11. Yeah,
Fucking hell.
would have watched.
Moving
yeah.
on then.
Well,
this
I
one,
watched,
this one, I
Senna's-
think. Yeah, sorry. If you
No,
have
no,
anything
no.
to
Go
say.
on. Go on. No, it's alright. I just. It's a good topic.
Yeah, this one I think is easy. We'll see. So in 2007, 3 drivers ended up within 1 point of each other. Who
Yeah.
and how many points did they have?
Oh, that's
Oh,
easy, innit?
God.
Go on,
It was
Ranga. Let
Raikkonen,
Ranga have a go.
Hamilton.
No, I don't know
Oh,
the
yeah.
answer.
Yeah.
What, in 2007?
Yeah,
Hamilton lost out, didn't he?
he did. Yeah.
Hamilton, who won the championship? Was it Raikkonen? I think it was Raikkonen.
Ooh.
So
What?
Raikkonen, Hamilton, and I'll just guess it, Alonso.
That's correct.
And is it
Yes.
Ashley? Oh my
Well done,
god,
mate.
forgetting.
Can I get how many
let's
points
see.
do they have each?
God.
376.
No.
Ranga, you know,
No.
back 2007 you had the old point system, you only got 10
Yeah.
for a win.
Yeah.
Oh right.
10, 8,
Seven-
10, 8,
nine-
6, 4, 3, 2, 1.
93.
Wasn't it?
Oh my God.
97.
See, clock. That's funny. Is that an old? The old. That's, you said old style. Like my brain went to 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
old style I remember.
that's even older. That's like
Yeah, that is even
Was it-
older. Yeah, but that's what I when you
Clock.
said the old style. Yeah, of course it was 10 points,
Was
wasn't
it 87, 86, and 85?
I'm going 93,
No.
92, 91.
It was Raikkonen on 110, and Hamilton and
Oh.
Alonso was equal on 109.
Yeah.
Hamilton got
Hamilton won it,
second
didn't
because
he?
he had more race
Yeah.
wins or more second places or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So they were equal on points, but he won it because, yeah. Now moving on to the hardest one.
Oh god.
Oh,
Because I'm Swedish, I had to include a Swedish question.
Peterson.
In my
Well, we're not
beautiful
gonna get-
country.
Ericsson.
Can you name at least? Can you see? Let's see if we can name at least 3 Swedish drivers. And Steve can
Mm.
start because I
Peterson,
told you
Ericsson.
3. I told you 3 drivers yesterday.
It was Ericsson.
Ericsson is
Oh,
correct.
Ericsson.
Yeah.
You
I think
named
Steve
one
said
earlier.
Peterson a second ago.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
Clock said
Ron-
Peterson
Ronnie-
earlier on
Ronnie
in the show.
Peterson. Ronnie Peterson, the best
Yeah.
Swedish driver. He second in the second in the drivers' championship in 71 and 78. 10 wins.
Oh god, who else is a Swedish driver?
Was the guy in the
Can't think.
80s driving for both McLaren and Ferrari? He never won a race though.
Both McLaren and
He got
Ferrari.
12 podiums.
Is it Scheckter? No,
Nah,
can't be
he's
Scheckter.
South African. He won a championship as well.
Is he?
In 79.
Is it like
Yeah, he's South African.
Rasmussen or something like that?
What's that?
No,
No,
he's
he-
the esports
he-
driver.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he drove for Ferrari.
Rango, you got this one?
What's that, sorry?
Have you got this one? Have you got this answer for
No.
this one?
No, I don't.
I've got no clues, mate.
Was it Nilsson?
There's a guy called Nilsson as well. That's not the guy I'm thinking of.
Ah.
But that is correct. That is the third one. There was a guy called
Yeah.
Gunnar Nilsson. He won
Yeah.
one race in 39 starts. So yeah,
Flock has
that's correct.
definitely spoken to me about this. We have definitely had a conversation about this
Yeah.
at some point over the years. But to be honest, if I said I was listening, I'd be lying.
The one guy I was thinking of was Stefan Johansson. Drove for Ferrari, got 12.
Oh.
Scarlett
podiums.
Johansson.
Oh,
Stefan Johansson. He was told
definitely
that.
heard of that one.
Then there was a couple others. One of ABBA's drummers drove 10 races as well. Fun fact.
Christ.
Yeah. That's be interesting, but yeah, he did.
Bloody hell.
Question
How many
number
more
5.
questions we got? Oh, five.
2 more
How many we
questions
got
and
left?
the
Two,
bonus.
2 more.
Yeah, and the bonus game.
Go on then.
This one is easy though. This one's gonna be quick. What team has 100% wins in all championships to compete in? Like they won every championship.
Broughton.
Braun, yeah.
Is correct.
Wow, good shout. He was a beast.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. Take
Moving
that one.
on.
You can put a tick on. You can put a
Yeah.
bit of pad and paper, mate. Take
Yep.
that one.
This one could cause some debate, maybe. The
Okay.
longest standing team in F1 is Ferrari, obviously, and obviously
Yeah.
Schumacher will have the most wins for them. 72, by the way.
Mhm.
But who is second on that list? Behind Schumacher on
Of
most
what?
wins driving for Ferrari.
Most wins for Ferrari. Louder?
Oh,
I don't know.
oh shit, what's his name?
What shouts do we
Oh
have?
lord, I saw his name earlier.
Is it Massa?
Massa has 11. That is not correct.
Oh,
There's
no
a guy
way.
with.
How many
but
has Lauda got?
second, Lauda has 15, and that is correct.
Oh,
second.
sorry.
Then Vettel has
answer, wasn't I?
14. Vettel has 14, so he's only 1 away. Alonso has 11, Raikkonen has 10, Barrichello has 9.
Oh,
There we go.
fair enough.
That's good. So there's a massive. You look at that though, Schumacher to, from there to 15, from what 72 to 15. That's mad, isn't it?
Let's play
great
this
stats.
little game now. Then we have
Oh, go on then.
Ranga. You'll have to listen now. You're gonna be in it.
Oh god.
Ranga, Stevo, Beast, Callum. That's you have been hearing, so you'll have to play. And I'm just gonna we're just gonna start from. I've written a list here. We'll start with Ranga, and then we'll Callum, Beast, and then Stevo, and we'll just roll. And when you answer wrong, you get knocked out, and we'll see who wins.
Oh,
And we'll
nice.
just start with the drivers' championships from top to bottom. So, Ranga,
From
can
top
you
to
name who
bottom?
won the champ? Can you name who? Ranga, can you name the champion in 2019?
Oh, it was the goat.
Of course
Yeah,
it was.
It was.
Lewis Hamilton.
Callum, 2018.
It was Hamilton.
Beast, 2017.
Again, Hamilton.
Stevo, 2016.
Rosberg.
Ranga,
Haha.
2015.
Oh god. Must have been. Oh. I want to say I think I've got an obvious answer, but I feel like it could be wrong.
Oh God, really?
I'm
come
just
on.
gonna say. Is
Just say
Vettel?
you think it is. No, you prick.
Oh,
Ranga's out. It's Hamilton took his third title in 2015.
oh yeah.
Oh, what year are we on? I could. Yeah.
Callum,
What kind of fanboy
2014.
is
Ranga's
back?
knocked out. He's not in it anymore. Ranga's lost.
Stupid game.
Callum, Callum, 2014.
It was Hamilton.
Yeah. Beast,
Oh,
2013.
Vettel.
Vettel, yeah. Stevo, 2012.
Yeah, Vettel.
Correct. Callum, 2011.
Vettel.
Correct. Beast, 2010.
Vettel.
Correct. Stevo, 09.
E-Day.
Button.
Watson, yeah.
You can't join in now. You can't join in now.
Callum,
You're out.
2008.
I cannot believe you get
What was that, sorry?
Callum, 2008.
Oh, I think it's Lewis Hamilton again.
Correct. Beast, 07.
I knew that.
Raikkonen.
Raikkonen, correct. Stevo,
Yeah.
06.
Alonso.
Callum, 05.
Alonso again.
Yes.
This is where it
Beast,
goes down
04.
for me.
Oh, I know
Schumacher.
this. I know
Schumacher
these.
is correct. Stevo, 03.
Schumacher.
Correct. Callum, 02.
That's gotta be Schumacher again.
Correct. Beast, 01.
I don't know how many he won. I'll go Schumacher again.
That's correct. Stevo, 2000.
Schumacher.
That's correct. Callum, 99.
Oh god, I can't remember if it.
It's getting
think
good
it's
now.
Hakkinen.
It
It's
is.
Hakkinen, that's correct.
Hakkinen,
Beast,
yeah.
98.
Shout.
I haven't got. Wait, Schumacher's done 7, so I'm gonna go Schumacher.
No, it
Maldonado.
was Hakkinen. It was Hakkinen,
Oh.
his
He's
first
run
championship. Stevo, 97.
Oh, Villeneuve.
Correct.
And the Williams.
Callum, 96.
How do they know
Oh,
this?
come on, that's
They're
easy.
It was.
That's
It was.
easy.
It was.
That's
They're
easy.
definitely
Come on.
Hill.
googling it.
Yes. No, I'm not. I swear on my kids' lives, I'm not googling it. I know up to about
It was
93.
definitely. was it Damon Hill?
It was
Correct. Stevo, 95.
Yes.
Schumacher.
Callum, 94.
It's definitely. It was definitely Schumacher again.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh God.
Steve-O,
right, I've got to think
93.
now. Oh.
I know
Oh,
his nickname.
I know who's 92. I know who's 92.
I know who.
You're
I know
on
who's 93.
1993. You won 1993.
I know 93.
I'll swap with you, Callum, if you want.
That's not how it works.
Hang on. Just give me a second. It's either Prost.
Prost is correct.
No. Yeah. Yes.
Damn it.
Oh,
Callum,
I was thinking.
1992.
Yeah, I know 92.
92. It was my favourite driver, Mansell.
There you
Yes,
go.
91.
Senna.
Correct. Callum, 90.
It's got to be Max
Oh
Chilton.
shit. No, it was Senna, wasn't it? 99
It was
was Senna.
Senna. It was Senna. 89. Steve-O.
Prost.
Correct. 88. Callum.
Senna.
Correct. 87. Steve-O.
PK.
Correct. 86.
Oh
Callum.
fuck.
Gerard Piqué.
Nah.
Oh, what season? Sorry.
1986.
86. Oh.
He's definitely
God.
googling it. Insert Google.
Was it Ooh, 86. Lauda?
That is
No.
wrong. It was.
No,
Steve-O.
it's Prost or Senna. Prost. I'll go with Prost.
It was Prost.
Oh,
Lauda
Oh,
won.
Senna.
Lauda won in
Then Senna, was
84.
it?
Oh,
Senna
it was
only won
84,
3.
Lauda
Senna
won.
only won 3. He
Yeah, how
won
many?
88,
Have we named
91.
3? Have we named the 3 for Senna, have we? Oh, 91.
88,
80. Oh, yeah, sorry,
91.
yeah.
It was Prost who won in 85 and 86, and it was Lauda in 84.
And Senna wasn't a McLaren at that point, anyway. So.
Yeah, that's correct. As well. I don't know who was driving it. McLaren actually.
That
in
was good though,
85 and
Clark.
86.
That was good. That was a good little thing there.
I'm very disappointed that Ranga fucked up 2015 though.
Oh,
That is
Hamilton.
embarrassing. That is so
ridiculous.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
Ah, getting the
Apologies for swearing at him, but that was ridiculous. You can't be having that, Rich. You're a Hamilton fan like yourself. You should know.
Well,
Oh,
I,
wait,
to be honest,
15,
to be honest with you,
17,
I
19.
knew the 05, 06, 07, 08, 09, 10 ones because that's when I started watching F1. I loved F1, and then I kind of went off it at the start of the turbo hybrid era. I just kind of went off it, and I didn't really pick it back up again till after Rosberg won his championship. So really, like 2015, 14, 13, whatever. I know Vettel dominated at the start, but I couldn't tell you specifically. So I just didn't watch it. Just wasn't interested at the time.
Alright, Clock, I
So,
got a quick one, Clock. I got a quick one for you, but I'm sure you'll know the answer. Hamilton has only lost twice to a teammate over a season. Can you name them? I mean, obviously one's easy.
Well, Button 2011
Yeah.
and Rosberg 2016.
Yeah.
That's a rubbish question,
See,
Steve. Even I knew that.
No, it's not because I know, but the point is, there aren't many drivers that can say that they've only lost twice to a teammate. Shows dominance as well. So
Well, that's
there you go.
why
It's just
he's
another.
unreal.
It's just another thing
I
to
think-
brag up Hamilton, mate. That's all
I
it
think
is.
Alonso has a
To
better
make
stat
Clock
though
understand.
when he. I think Alonso has
Yeah,
a
but
better
that's
stat when
because
he's
yeah, but hang on, that's
yeah,
because no, I ain't having it.
but when he's out-qualified his teammate in every single season twice, in every single race, sorry.
What?
In 2 seasons, Alonso
Yeah.
out-qualified his teammate in every race.
yeah.
Is that which?
was his teammate though, wasn't it, Van
Which
Dorn?
teammates with that?
He
Yeah.
out-qualified
Dorn.
Van Dorn in every
To be
single
fair,
race.
that's really stiff competition. To be fair,
I know that's a bit of a weak
But-
point there, Clock.
That's
That
just
really
like-
is.
that's just like- that's like
I
saying
mean-
that's like getting straight A stars in your GCSEs, but literally the questions were 2 + 2. It's like it doesn't really.
I mean-
well
Yeah,
done. It
I'm
looks
not an
good on-
Alonso
it
fan
looks-
anyway,
It looks good on paper, but deep down, it's not really much of
No.
an achievement, is it?
but it's still. I mean, 21 times nothing went wrong in terms of him beating Van Dorn. But he also, I think, was in 08 or 09. He out-qualified Nelson Piquet every single race as well.
Probably 'cause he was crashing deliberately.
It was
for
all
him.
it.
Yeah.
That wasn't Alonso's fault though. That was more.
That was a
Renault's
quiz
fault,
though.
wasn't it?
That was a good quiz.
Yeah, it was.
I found that a bit
Thank
easier
you,
than the
for-
SLR quiz.
Nah, get back to the SLR quizzes, mate. I know what I'm doing with them.
Yeah, you're better. Just going. For the
I did
race,
like the
Callum.
game though.
Just
Well,
watching the races
currently
going on.
there's only 9 runners left.
No, so this is not going to look good for. As we're going around the last bend, so Ham wins another again. Motion hazards come around for second, 20 seconds behind. Wow.
Jam P4 safety car's not worked in his favour tonight.
Not worth it. They've had
It's no Division 1
as well.
twice.
Yeah, Bert's just saying it when it really matters.
So, to move on to the final topic of tonight, this will just be a very quick one, there might be a bit of a debate, and then we will end the stream. So, I would like to ask each every one of you, what was your favourite era This can be the 70s, 80s, 90s, early thousands, and the 10s. So, Ranga, go ahead. You have the floor. What was your favourite era? Era?
The late. I don't know. The early
If you
10s, the early 10s were crap in my opinion, and the late thousands were, that's whatever you called it, were saying that the last few years of F1 personally I think have been fantastic. I'll go with the end of the thousands, whatever you called it, like period of like, I'd probably go with like thousands and just from period of like 2004, 2005 up until 2010.
Yeah.
I'd probably go with
That's
that.
fair enough. Steve,
Well, I can't say decades because I've watched the 90s, noughties, and the last 10 years I've watched, so I can't really say. Probably end of the 90s, that was good, but before Schumacher started winning everything, where Hakkinen won, that was a good time, because it was, and like with Hill winning as well. So yeah, the 90s, middle to latter stages of the 90s, that was good. And then the last 6 years with Hamilton being so good, it was always a good one for me. Button in 09. Really, but yeah, the Vettel time didn't like, the Schumacher time didn't like, but not because they were German or anything like that, just because they were Hamilton or something. I don't know really, but yeah.
did you not like Rosberg by any chance?
No chance. Couldn't stand that bloke.
German
didn't like him.
Nah.
No, he's not racist.
It's not
Just didn't like it. Didn't like the way he went about it. Didn't like the way he
been a
got
Ferrari fan, so
he literally beat
might have
Hamilton once. He literally beat Hamilton once in all those years, and then he just tried to retire and make it look like he was the superior driver.
Clock.
I don't. Yeah. I'd say either like 06 to 08 when they had those kind of rules, because the championships were super close in all those years. With in 07 winning by 1 point and in 08 winning by 1 point as well. I like the early 10s in 2010 and 2012. 2011 and 2013 was kind of bad, but 2012 was a really good year with multiple different race winners and battle for the championship at last race, which was very exciting with rain hit and whatever it was. And then obviously in 2010 we had 4 weight scrap for the title. When did that happen last? Apart from that year, I don't know. So, I mean, it's all dominations, all eras had domination, and you just like the years that they were a bit tighter. It's like watching back, 03 seemed like a very good year, even though Schumi won again. He wasn't dominating. He won like with 2 points over Raikkonen. And 2000 he barely edged out Hakkinen. So yeah.
So basically, you like every era of racing, essentially, because it all brings.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is, as soon as no one dominates, like in terms of being super many points ahead of second place in the championship, I'll enjoy it.
That doesn't make sense though, because you said you supported Vettel, and that was when he started to win.
Yeah, but, I mean, you still have to support someone. I mean, I just said that I enjoyed 2010 and 2012 a lot more than 2011 and 2013.
Yeah, there was close battles.
In 2010, Vettel only led the championship once, and that was after the last race.
Yeah, that was brilliant. Yeah.
In 2012, Alonso had a massive lead in the summer, but Red Bull just upgraded their car, and they started winning loads. I mean, I think it was in 2013, Vettel had like 9 straight wins. That's not really enjoyable to watch.
I mean, that's fair enough, Clark, to be honest. Beast. What about you, mate?
Well, since I've only recently started watching F1, I don't really have a favourite era going further back than maybe 2016. So I'd have to say from then onwards, really. I think from this season onwards, I think we'll see a very good era of F1 with obviously the new regulations coming in to shake it all up again, and even the season coming, if it even happens, I reckon will be a very good season.
Hopefully, yeah.
Oh, who cares about the season? We've got a game.
Yeah. Well,
that's fair enough.
I mean, I won't go into as depths as everyone else. For mine is early. Mine's just the 90s. I'd have to say that was my favourite ever race, and a little bit of the late thousands, but I'd have to say the 90s was one of my favourite periods of racing. Didn't watch it, but going back and watching some of the old races they put on from the 90s, just some of the best, some good racing. But to say what Beast just said, yeah, I think this next year of racing will be the best of the last two. I think the thousands was okay, the tens has been alright. I think what would we call this one? 20s?
Yeah.
Yeah, the 20s will be the best.
Yeah.
An issue. Did you watch the?
I think the 20 will be the one we don't really look on fond memories.
Did you watch the 96 Grand Prix earlier today then?
Spain no,
96.
because I was busy preparing for this.
Oh, fair enough.
I was busy trying to get.
I'm sure Ranga wanna
see
that one. Schumi battering the competition in Spain.
Absolutely
three
not.
seconds,
Nah.
three seconds a lap faster than the entire field.
I was too busy playing cricket, to be honest, on my mini game. Had a great time.
Well then, unless anyone has anything else to say, I believe that is the end of the stream. Thank you to everyone that has joined us. Steve-O, thank you for co-hosting. Clock, thank you for an amazing quiz this week, yet again. And that game, definitely something to implement again in the future. Thank you, Ranga, Beast, and Smoke at some points in this stream for contributing. And if you have any suggestions for any topics you might want to see, leave them down